Hello everyone, this is the Raven's Librarian, and I'd like to welcome you to my playthrough of Steamworld Quest, The Hand of Gilgamesh. This will be my second playthrough of this game. I played it a couple of years back, I believe, when it first came out on the Switch. So, my memory of it is a bit hazy. Nevertheless, I remember really enjoying my time playing it. I like the art style, I like the gameplay mechanic, which we'll get into, and I want to play it here on my YouTube video channel. Hopefully we can all have some fun and enjoy it together.
Time to get ready for bed, son.
Oh, Dad, tell me a story first, please.
Oh? You want to hear another tall tale from the high seas, do you?
No,
That's a previous
not another
game.
pirate story. I want to hear about dragons and knights in shining armor.
Dragons, you say? Well, then we have to go way back to the age of heroes.
When our world was still young and innocent, the gods grew born and forged a heart of evil and placed it in the chest of a behemoth. A true hero was called upon, and by his hand the corrupted heart of the monster was torn out and buried where it could do no harm. Over the years, his heroic deeds fell into obscurity. Instead, heroes of fortune spread across the land like a shadow. But there was still light to be found. Our story begins with two giants, two friends strolling through the forest in search of a mushroom.
It really undersells that last one. I apologize for there seems to be a lag between what you're hearing and what you're seeing. You can see it down there in the subtitles. Here are our first two protagonists. This is where our journey begins.
Chapter 1. The Knight and the Alchemist.
Also known as the Warrior and the Mage. As if sent on a mission by the ancient gods, our heroes cut their way through green fingers grove. The smell of acid and fungus hit them as they searched for the fabled peppermint puffer. Will you stop narrating everything? Chapter 3 in the Hero's Handbook clearly points to the importance of visualizing. Visualizing my foot, that fully illustrated book of yours, is a pun-ridden cringe fest. Hey, don't diss the book. And by the way, when are we eating? We should have taken Galileo up on that breakfast offer before we left. He didn't invite us for breakfast. He said he'd rather eat the slowly gathering dust in his basement before joining our mushroom hunt. And this mushroom we're hunting is important enough for you to literally pull me out of bed. You can't do real alchemy from the comfort of a bed. A few of the professors at the college actually tried that. But the rest of them shriveled up over their research in musty, sun-forsaken labs. There was one professor, though, who really inspired me. She underlined the importance of actually going out in the world to deploy knowledge practically for the good of the many. Today's deployment is about finding the medicinal peppermint puffer. Not only is it whatever that is, and whatever that is, it can also... You're setting me in the mood for a stew. We are not making stew. Look, let's just get going. I know you get restless, so why don't you take the lead for a while? I hope you all enjoy my voiceover. Many as the mushroom patch ahead can be interacted with. Move near and use the controls show below, or by clicking on them with the mouse to look at them. I cannot do a female voice for the life of me, but regardless. Hey, that was easy. Time enough to get these cooked up before the rooster crows. Unfortunately, these are common brushwood amanitas. We're after the peppermint puffer, remember? Dang. Also, they're poisonous, so don't eat them. Double dang. Yeah, more of those pompous posers from the village. Wait a minute. I knew the guild had some flimsy hang-arounds, but you're practically rattling around in that bulky armor. Did you just call me scrawny? Whoa, easy now. I didn't say... This armor fits perfectly. Here we go. Battles are fought using punch cards. Each turn you'll draw 6 cards. These cards represent abilities your heroes can use. You can see here. Best card in the game. Your heroes can play 3 kinds of cards: Strike, Upgrade, and Skill. Strike cards are just what they sound like, basic, uncomplicated attacks that deal damage to your enemy. Upgrade cards empower your heroes temporarily in some way. As your heroes use Strike or Upgrade cards, they build up Steam Pressure, or SP, that can be spent to play powerful skill cards. Demonstrate. Charge up. Build up some steam for later. Each strike or upgrade card generates 1 SP. Your heroes have a shared pool of SP. Skill cards are very versatile and powerful, but if you don't have enough SP, you can't play them at all. Manage your pool of SP wisely. So, it's usually smart to use these cards early, build up steam, and then follow it up with a powerful attack. Now, hers isn't as powerful as this, but difference is pretty minor, and of course, it builds up steam, which in her deck is useful because she has a lot of powerful spells. So she needs to do that in order to build up. But if we can afford to, this, and follow it up with this. Stab. Blow them up. And then finish it with overkill. Done and done. Easy as mushroom pie. We've clearly stepped into Coglin turf here. Let's just try and get out in one piece, okay? You think there's more of them? Awesome! It's like herding a small tornado. And off we go. Our heroes chanced upon a relic, a testament to the glorious battles of the past. And some long-forgotten treasure. More likely Coglin loot, stolen from unwary travelers. The Hero's Handbook declares, after beating up ruffians fair and square, the champion deserves a proper reward. Legal looting, you heard it there, folks. Healing items. Recovery items can be used to heal your heroes or cure status conditions. They are a good way of dealing with challenges that you can't solve with cards alone, but supplies are limited. You can find recovery items in chests by defeating enemies or by buying them from merchants. Use recovery items outside of combat by going to the items menu, and there, selecting recovery items, your heroes are automatically revived and cured of negative status conditions at the end of each battle, so some items can be used this way. Use recovery items in battle by going to the battle menu and selecting recovery items. Recovery items used this way count as playing a card for your turn, so think carefully about the right time to use it. Cutting the vines gives me money. I'll let you sort out why there's coins in those bushes. Fine. Oh, shoot. More of those pine-sized troublemakers. Let's ambush them. The Hero's Handbook describes just what to do in a situation like this. There's 2 whole pages with diagrams on how to startle a goblin. And we sneak up behind them, strike first, and gain the upper hand. You must realize that regardless from which direction you come waving a sword at anyone, you will startle them. Whoa, so you're saying this method works on anybody? The book is great! Beware, foes will engage if they see you. Gain an upper hand against them by pressing the indicated button when they are close enough to attempt a preemptive strike. This will cause your foes to begin the battle already wounded. In some games, they make you so you have to actually get behind them before they spot you in order to gain this, but in others, like in this game, all that matters is that you hit first. You found an accessory item. Before it'll do you any good, you must first open up the pause menu and equip the accessory in the equipment menu. Select the character you wish to equip it to, and select the accessory slot to reveal a list of available items. So, check here. Give it to both, but she's the weaker right now. Might as well make her magic even more powerful. And run, foot. Almost missed that one. Got a bit jumpy there. You can redraw cards in your hand up to 2 times each turn. Redrawing a card means that the selected card will be discarded and replaced by a new card from your deck. Discarded cards will eventually make their way back to your hand, so don't hesitate to use redraw often to get rid of unplayable cards. And remember, if you neither play nor redraw anything, your hand will not change. Best card. Focus on building up steam first. Shield. Hit him with your book. Come on, don't worry about breaking it. The magic book or something, I don't know. Heal. With this might be enough. Let's see how much the difference makes. No, not enough. Yeah, close, but not enough. Bit too off on that. Finish him off with the book. And burn the other one alive. It's okay, he's evil, so he probably deserves it. Go. As far as combat goes, this was one of the few games I remember playing that had the whole card-based system. First one I remember playing was an old RPG by the name of Kaidos on the GameCube. Oh, big fella. It was an old, like, it was RPG, you know, fantasy story, things like that. For some reason I have trouble remembering the details of the story. Same with this game. I remember key pieces, but I don't remember everything about it. My memory is funny like that. Annoying, more accurate, not fun. Like I mentioned, her normal attack isn't as powerful as the mage's, to be clear, the mage's physical attack isn't as impressive as the warrior's physical attack. But that makes sense. And also, her physical attacks are mostly there just so that she has something in her deck to build up steam. Otherwise, she'd be piggybacking off everyone else's decks way too much. Especially early on when you don't really have a lot of options. But key point is, don't need this, get something better. Good enough. I'll go for this instead. This should finish him. I don't think at this point there's any point in, you know, any reason to not go back and forth between decks. What I mean is using both characters' cards in the same turn. If my memory's not messing with me, I think at some point you get certain cards that only work best if you focus on one person's deck in a turn. So, you know, make sure you use that same person's cards, you know, sort of like comboing. That could just be misremembering something, but we'll see. No. I've played this part a few times before doing this video, so I'm mostly just going through the paces. Look, Copernica! Even the Coglins have raised statues over Gilgamesh, the true ancient hero. The majestic pose, the pride of a great deed oozing from every cut to chisel. Those statues are literally everywhere. Of course they are. Gilgamesh saved our kingdom from certain doom. He defeated a huge, snarling behemoth, tore out its evil heart with his bare hands, and you can relive that very moment in your hero's coloring handbook. At least Coglins know how to appreciate the heroes of the past. Unlikely. They seem to be more into piles of garbage and lumber held together by yarn. These artfully majestic homage, even the description, overemphasized, to the ancient hero serve as a good place to sit down for a while and get some rest. Approach the statue to save your progress. Interact with it to restore your hero's health. However, be aware that this will also respawn all nearby enemies. Yeah, so that's obviously like a bit of a trade-off, double-edged sword in later parts of the story, when you're stuck in a maze, or you have to go back and forth between areas of the map you've been through. It's like, should we save? And I don't want to deal with that guy again. But here it's obviously like tutorial, it's just here because, oh, here comes the boss, I wonder. Wait, can it be? The peppermint puffer. It's even more majestic than I could imagine. It's funny that she does poke a lot of fun at the other one for her hero obsession, But here, you know, like you'll see it later, but here obviously it shows she can also be pretty nerdy. It's just she's nerdy for more academic stuff. Success smells like peppermint. It'll be like eating breakfast, dessert, and brushing your teeth at the same time. That's the excuse I use to eat mint flavored chocolate. We're not going to... You know what? Let's just grab it and get out of here. Oh, sure, let's grab it. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Just like the grinding gears of endless time, our heroes halted to catch their breath. Didn't we just do that? With their peppermint, perfumed prize in hand, they readied their swords. Are you... Hands off! This peppermint puffer will clean out the mold from the funnel in the old well. We're helping the entire village. You need to dry it in one whole piece to extract all the... Whoa, did you hear that? I can't help it. The sweet and crisp scent makes me hungrier by the second. What the... I don't think that was your belly. Oh, darn. Whoa. Now, I know what you're going to say, but imagine how much stew we could... He's angry. Eat. My mushrooms. Who dare steal this beautiful mushroom? Easy there, Chief. We're just here to pick some of these unsuspecting innocent mushrooms. Ravagers. I'm not a ravager. I'm an alchemist. Gumfus doesn't care. Gumfus will teach you not to plunder nature. Damage comes in 5 elements: physical, fire, frost, storm, and arcane. A card's damage type is shown on the card. And not to get too far ahead, but each one of the characters tends to follow one of these types. Some enemies have natural resistance or weakness to certain elements, and some cards can raise or lower elemental defense. Use the right element to maximize the damage you deal. And this might be a bit subjective, but I really like the music in this game. Especially some of the boss music. Straight up bangers. I might not be using that word right. Point is, I really like the songs. If one of your heroes falls to 0 health, that hero is scrapped. If all active heroes become scrapped, game over. It's telling that the tutorial puts her image up on the screen, as if they're assuming she's the one that's gonna knock out. Cards belonging to a scrapped hero become useless and waste space in your hand. Make sure to redraw those cards. Scrapped heroes are repaired after each fight, but health is otherwise not restored between fights. You can heal during battle using certain cards, but that can be tricky. Visit a hero statue or use a recovery item to restore health outside of combat. Oh yeah, and I forget if there's a limiter to how much you can grind in the game, but the statues obviously provide an opportunity for that, because if they respawn the enemy, then yeah, you can just go back and do it as many times as you need to level up for a fight, assuming you're having trouble. I could be wrong, that might not be an option, but you know, it makes sense. A lot of games do that. Best card. Now, since this thing's a piece of nature, cliché rules dictate that it's probably weak to fire. Let's test that out. No. Gonna have to save. No, that's an AoE. I'll save that for later. Some cards inflict status conditions. These are negative effects that linger on the target for several turns. For example, poison makes the victim take damage at the end of each turn. Fortunately, most conditions go away on their own after a few turns. You can review a list of all conditions from the compendium menu. weak to fire. Oh no, an army of little guys. Whatever will I do? Alright, sorry little guys. I think he took that personally. Really use another shield right about now. Dang. Oh, that was some good timing. Oh, yeah, probably should. Chest card. It does not stack. Probably should have remembered that. At least he stopped attacking her. Progress, I guess. Stop. The stat just wore out. Dang. That still does plenty of damage. Call family. I just realized. Are these kids? Is he summoning kids to fight us? Well, that just got a whole lot darker. It's okay, your strikes are perfectly measured to killing children. Not gonna think about it, not gonna think about it. This'll be for later. That was unnecessary. Oh, that's close. That's really close. I don't think the shield would even help. Just to be safe. See? She's even doing the pose. The tutorial set this up. They knew it was gonna happen. They made it happen. This is rigged. At least he didn't throw a punch. I feel like she's so close to death, you know. She deserves to win. Like, the knight wants it more, but I feel like she's earned it. Yay, level up. Tutorial's just handing these out. Ha! Didn't even break a sweat. Well, I mean, you're made of metal, so what would that be like? Oil? I'll be accepted into the guild in no time. I let you tag along to the forest and you turn it into a frickin' fight club. Well, I thought you dragged him to this. Hey, you wanted to experience nature hands-on, right? I say we stuff our bags full of mushrooms and get back to the village. I mean, we did just burn them alive, so it's only the thing I do for learning. After a refreshing stroll in the forest, our unsuspecting companions make their way home to the village of Goosebucket, all in good time for some healthy stew, where absolutely nothing went wrong. That's why reading a book about this, of course. They went out, did a stroll, did a little thing, then came back, and then nothing happened. Alright, you get it. It's obviously the start of an adventure. You always gotta start with something wacky. All good and bad fantasies start like this. Anyway, this a bit short first chapter, but I hope you'll enjoy it. I hope you have some fun watching me play, going through the story. Like I said, really fond memories of it from my first playthrough. But I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. This was the Raven's Librarian, signing off.